Game number 2. aGaham down 1 game. StrinterN, the green Protoss player in the bottom location here, leading the series currently. The map is Yonsu, and aGaham, the pink Protoss in the top, will have to do his utmost to get back into this. This is his one last chance.
Yep, this is his last chance of this Dutch StarCraft League for this year, the Open anyway. When he loses this, he's out, and StrinterN gets to play against Ignite, and I'm pretty sure that aGaham is already thinking in his head all the things he wants to do against Ignite after losing that first series against him. But he first has to beat StrinterN, and after game number 1 we saw that it was close, but that also means this could be it for him. I mean, he's played pretty good today, but he's made some mistakes, and I felt like you said, he could have won last game. If he defended instead of gone in the first time, he would have had way more units, and he had enough minerals. He had more economy. He was still mining. He didn't have to go in there.
Yeah, he didn't have to. I mean, you know, base race situations are so difficult to handle. You need to make a lot of good calls, and of course for us it's easy because we see all the map, we see how many structures there are left, we see the strength of the armies, but aGaham did not have that information, so he could not have known how big of a bank his opponent has, whether or not he's got some probes stashed away on the map, things like that. So you know, a lot of decision making comes into that, so you can't really blame him for making the decision to GG. Looks like Odin has to get the door. So we have the natural coming up for aGaham after he made the pool, which is nice. You know, always nice and safe. Also, the pool was very ordinarily timed. StrinterN going for a very weird wall off here with the cybernetic score. This is actually a vulnerability because you need to place the Zealot in a very precise way, in a very concrete, particular way between the buildings in order to prevent a Zergling run by. If the Zealot is like 1 or 2 pixels away from his ideal position, the Lings are going to push past, which is never what you want to happen to you as a Protoss player. Now the Zealot is holding the choke. Yeah, it's not, as you can see, it's not positioned ideally. If we take a look at the circles, it's supposed to be a little bit more to the left. So that's one vulnerability in StrinterN's defenses. He's going to build the Nexus right now. aGaham already took his gas, so maybe he's going. No, he's not going for link speed. He's going for roaches again. Now this strategy is bold. It can be rewarding, but it can also cause you to be behind for the rest of the game. There's the burrow, so aGaham playing very similarly to what he played on this map before versus Ignite. Let's see if this works out, and let's see if StrinterN has any knowledge of prior games aGaham played on this map, because if he has, he will probably just try to hard counter it, and it looks like he's hard countering. He's already getting the robo down. He will be getting at least 1 observer out of there. aGaham already producing 7 roaches. I don't know if this is going to work. The plus side, there is no wall off. There's only 1 gateway in the game so far. So aGaham might actually make something happen here due to the fact that his opponent will not have enough production. And he's getting a forge as his second building in the wall off instead of a gateway. So the production will not be that great for the Protoss.
Sorry for that, Patrick. I just a friend was coming over and he's a little bit too early, so I told him to be extremely quiet during the cast.
That's fine.
That I already missed some of the action with aGaham moving across the map right now, and this could be a little bit scary. Did he go for the burrow with it again?
Yes, he did go for the burrow. We have an Immortal out on the way instead of an Observer, and also a Forge. And here come the roaches. The warp gate is done, but the gates are not turned into warp gates yet. I wonder how long will aGaham wait before he reveals the burrow. I think only when the units are sufficiently injured he'll try to micro them. There we go. And now his opponent realizes he needs an Observer. Chrono Boosts out immediately. Chrono Boosts 1 out immediately, and well, 5 roaches still fighting. The rest of them are regenerating health. Full-time
Yeah.
overcharge lasts a tremendously long time though, and by the time it finishes, he'll have an Immortal and an Observer to contend with, but he does unburrow at the most opportune time. Trying to bring down that Immortal will not be successful.
Yep, did quite a lot of damage. When you check the last resource, it's actually not that bad as I would have assumed going into that. Without the cannon, without the detection, I felt like aGaham could have done more damage, but a pretty good defense by StrinterN.
This was pretty much a hard counter from StrinterN. I don't know if he saw the games aGaham played against Ignite before, but I mean, he went for a gateway expansion straight into Robo Facility, and now he's got the upper hand. Now he's got the +1 almost finishing, and well, I don't know where we go from here, but since aGaham is so roach-centric, having those Immortals out on the field is going to it's just going to bring him down so hard.
You can already see the response with the wall of spines being constructed by aGaham, but if he didn't read the memo, then Immortals are also extremely good against spines, so that's not going to save him. I feel like the third Immortal already on the way around the 9-minute mark. This is going to be very hard for him to defend. There's a Spire on the way, which could be the solution, but I don't think he's going to get enough time for that, Patrick.
No, I don't think so neither. I mean, we're going to have 6 gates on the field very shortly here. StrinterN moving out on the map. Is he bringing a probe with him? It doesn't look like he is. He's going to rely on the Warp Prism. Needs to close the gate. Actually, he closed it before that Immortal got out. No. He needs to close it now with another pylon. There we go. This is going to be almost impossible to hold for aGaham. He sees the pylon and moves one probe up to build a Spinecrawler. This is so many Spinecrawlers. aGaham knows how behind he is. He's trying to buy time for the Spire to finish, but he's going to have to make some units before then. And how good are the transfuses? That's also another question.
Yep, this is a very awkward defense by aGaham. At least when when the fight starts, he doesn't really have to worry about moving his units, except for the poor queens. He probably wants to take out the Mothership Core. He does focus that, and the Spinecrawlers are doing a decent amount of damage, but the Immortals are so good against them. And look at the micro from StrinterN actually moving back to weaken the Immortal. And this wall of spines is disappearing quite rapidly here, but still, it might be enough. It might be enough of more Zealots.
With those Zealots, I don't know. Zealots are pretty good tanks versus Spines. And now we have only Queens remaining. 11 Mutalisks on the way. That might be aGaham's saving grace. But what's to say StrinterN can't start warping in Stalkers, right?
Yeah, I mean, that would be it. If you check the supply right now, he's already not mining. He's lost a lot of units. And I feel with the reinforcement from StrinterN, I think this might be the last game for the Dutchman here.
It's going to be so close, as was the previous game. The Mutas are out.
Oh,
Here comes the rest of them.
Oh
my
clean up for now.
Goodness, it seems like aGaham will hold. But at what cost? I mean, 13 drones have been killed by StrinterN. The economy is in tatters, but not as much. StrinterN's GG's!
There we go. That was very unexpected. I thought that was all she wrote for aGaham, but those mutas just no response. And when you check back in his base, he didn't really have any units to deal with it either. It was just going to be Stalkers, and it came out in such a force that it seemed to be enough. Very close game again, Patrick.